professional boxing debut from Talibon, Bohol. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Jake here, Altita. The 112-pound limit. They will now have their face off for the camera. Fighting pose.
Boss, pwede sa harap. Dito na lang sa harap.
Harap doon sa camera.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our first supporting bout for tomorrow's Kumong Bolanon 23.
Picture taking.
All right. How about, we'd like to request Attorney Flores L. Chavez Podot, our promoter. Please have a photo with Jake Altita and John Paul Oyo.
Meron ka? Di pa manod. Ay, nagkuha lang ito.
Once again, this is for our curtain raiser for Kumong Bolanon 23, 4 rounds of professional boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, Kumong Bolanon 23 happening tomorrow, November 22 at PMI College's Bohol Main Campus Gymnasium. Thank you so much. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, for our second supporting bout of Kumong Bolanon 23. First to tip the scale from NPF Boxing Gym, Mandaue City. This is only his second pro boxing bout. Francis Arante. Francis Arante, ladies and gentlemen, this is 4 rounds of professional boxing. We'd like to request the coach and the opposing team to please witness the official weigh-in for this
Francis
4 rounds of professional boxing in the 126-pound limit. Francis Arante, ladies and gentlemen, from NPF Boxing Gym, Mandaue City, Cebu. And this is only his second pro boxing bout. He will now tip the scale. Now tipping the scale is Francis Arante, NPF Boxing Gym, Mandaue City. And his official weight.
Parang Michael Domingo is here.
Let's go.
Vince.
Official weight.
7.2.
127.2 pounds for Francis Arante of NPF Boxing Gym, Mandaue City. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, fighting out the PMI Bohol Boxing Stable from Cagayan de Oro City, former
over.
member of the Philippine Amateur Boxing Team. Let's give it up for the Jericho, the Silent Flash, Akailar. Jericho Akailar making only his second professional boxing bout.
$125.9.
125.9 pounds for Jericho, the Silent Flash, Akailar of PMI Bohol Boxing Stable.
Punta na. Atong mga IBF judges, referees is here. Si, ang IBF si Juan. Kyoto og si Juan. Poris. Oh. Kyoto is Poris. Point over, right?
Pinto.
Francis Arante will take the scale again.
126.8.
126.8 pounds for Francis Arante.
126.8 for Arante.
Like I said earlier, ladies and gentlemen, before these fighters will slugging out tomorrow in Kumong Bolanon 23, they have to make it official on the scales. This is another exciting matchup, 4 rounds of professional boxing in the 126-pound limit. Francis Arante of Mandawi City versus Jericho Acailar, the Silent Flash of Cagayan de Oro City, fighting out of PMI Bohol Boxing Stable. All right, let's give it up once again for our 2 boxers, ladies and gentlemen. And right now, for our 3rd supporting bout of Kumong Bolanon 23, 10 rounds of professional boxing in the 118-pound limit. First to tip the scale from Talisay City, Cebu. Let's give it up for Yiraj Scientific Kura. Once again, this is another exciting battle tomorrow for Kumong Bolanon 23, ladies and gentlemen. Yiraj, the Scientific Gura from Talisay City, tipping the scale. And his official weight,
118.6.
118.6 pounds for Yiraj Scientific Gura of Talisay City. And his opponent will be fighting out on the red corner tomorrow, the former WBO Asia Pacific Youth Bantamweight Champion, the former WBO Oriental Bantamweight Champion from PMI Bohol Boxing Stable, Jerwin the Gladiator Asilo.
Jerwin on the scale.
Tipping the scale with an official weight of
118.3.
All right.
118.3 pounds for
118.3.
Jerwin the Gladiator
We have a fight
Asilo.
tomorrow.
Ladies and
Asilo
gentlemen,
versus
we'd
Gura.
like to request both fighters to have their face up here on the platform. Ano na po, ano sa platform? Ano daw sa platform para makita daw. Ay. Fighting pose. Face each other. This is 10 rounds of professional boxing, ladies and gentlemen, for tomorrow's Kumong Bolanon 23. I'd like to request Attorney Flores del Chavez Photo. Please join our boxers. This is another exciting matchup for tomorrow's Kumong Bolanon 23. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, 8 rounds of professional boxing in the 132-pound limit. First to tip the scale from General Santos City. Let's give it up for Alvin, the Cowboy Vergara. Alvin, the Cowboy Vergara, ladies and gentlemen, from General Santos City. He's got a record of 8 wins, 4 defeats, 1 bout even. 8 rounds of professional boxing in the 132-pound limit for the super featherweight division. Alvin Vergara now tipping the scale, and his official weight,
130.8.
130.8 pounds for Alvin Vergara. And his opponent fighting out of PMI Bohol Boxing Stable. He is the former WBC Asia Silver Super Featherweight Champion, the former WBO Oriental Super Featherweight Champion. From Tagbilaran City, Bohol, Vergel Valiente Vitor. Vergel Valiente Vitor tipping the scale with official weight.
131.
131. Exactly 131 pounds for Vergel Valiente Vitor. Another exciting matchup for Kumong Bolanon 23, ladies and gentlemen, in the 132-pound limit. Our boxers will now have their face-off for the camera on the platform. Once again, Kumong Bolanon 23 happening tomorrow at PMI College's Bohol Main Campus Gymnasium, 3 p.m. onwards. Score your tickets. Limited tickets are still available, 500 pesos, ringside, 200 pesos, general admission. Ladies and gentlemen, they may be smiling, but they hate each other. Watch out for 8 rounds of professional boxing in a 132-pound limit. I'd like to request Attorney Flores L. Chavez Moda, a promoter. Alvin the Cowboy Vergara against Vergel Valiente Vitor. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, as we said earlier, Kumong Bolanon 23 at stake, 2 championship bout, and right now for the RP Youth or Philippine Youth Minimum Weight Championship, we'd like to request our supervisor, Gab Chief of Boxing and Other Contact Sports, Mr. Rutil Manao. First to tip the scale, ladies and gentlemen, from NPF Boxing Gym, Mandaue City. Let's give it up for Sherwin Dapulio. Once again, this is for the vacant IPF. Actually, this is for the RPO Youth Minimum Weight Championship. The Games and Amusement Sport Philippine Youth Minimum Weight Championship. From NPF Boxing Gym, Mandaue City, tipping the scale, Sherwin Dapulio. And his official weight.
105. 105.7.
Over.
105.7 pounds.
Over.
Sherwin Dapulio has got a record of 4 wins, 1 defeat, 1 draw, with 2 of those wins coming by way of knockout.
105.8.
Over.
105.8 pounds for Sherwin Dapulio.
Over. They just
Okay, one more time. Sherwin Dapulio tipping the scale from NPF Boxing Gym, Mandaue City.
48. 105.8.
105.8 pounds.
overweight. 0.5. Ah, 0.8.
His opponent, ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of PMI Bohol Boxing Stable, the former amateur boxing standout from Gindulman, Bohol, wrestler Otrera. Official weight
4.2.
104.2 pounds for wrestler Otrera. Once again, this is for the Games and Amusement Board Philippine Youth Minimum Wage Championship. Sherwin Daculio of NPF Boxing Gym, Mandaue City versus Freshler Otrera of PMI Bohol
Wait,
Boxing
Efra.
Stable,
Eh,
the pride of Gindulman, Bohol.
Hawak kayo dun sa
Isang kamay. Yan. Last fight. Alright.
We'd also like to request Attorney Floricel Echaquis-Polo to please join us inside the platform. Once again, this is for the Games and Amusements Board Philippine Youth Minimum Wage Championship.
Ito hours pa kayo.
This is a championship match, ladies and gentlemen, for the minimum or RP Youth Minimum Wage Championship. So Sherwin Daculio would have to shed those excess weight.
Mabalik kayo.
Malayo yan. Sino? Pwede pa.
Alright, Sherwin Daculio will be given 2 hours. Again, right now, ladies and gentlemen, we will now go to another championship bout. The co-main event of Kumong Bolanon 23 for the IBF, or the vacant IBF Youth Flyweight Championship. First to tip the scale, this is Philippines versus Japan. First to tip the scale from Higashi Osaka, Japan. Let's give it up for Kyoto Narukami. Kyoto Narukami has got a record of 5 wins, only 1 defeat, 1 bout even, with 2 of his victories coming by way of knockout. We also have with us, ladies and gentlemen, our IBF officials in attendance. Our IBF supervisor for this IBF Youth Flyweight Championship, Mr. Rutil Manao.
111.4.
Official weight for Kyoto Narukami, 111.4 pounds. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. He is undefeated in 8 bouts, with 7 of those wins coming by way of knockout. From PMI Bohol Boxing Stable, the pride of Claveria, Misamis Oriental, Leonardo, the Dreamer, Bonas III. Tipping the scale, and his official weight.
111.1.
111.4 pounds. Exactly similar weight, ladies and gentlemen. We have ourselves a championship bout. Or 111.1 pounds for Leonard the Dreamer Torres III. Our boxers will now be facing off together with our IBF officials in attendance, led by our IBF supervisor, Mr. Villamor.
All right, let's go. Bye.
We would also like to request Attorney Floresel and Chavez Spoil to please join our officials, our IBF officials, inside the platform.
Apa nga to? Si Bide.
Once again, this is 8 rounds of championship boxing.
Bel, sir, Bel.
The co-main event of Kumong Bolanon 23 for the vacant IBF Youth Flyweight Championship title. Kyoto Narukami of Osaka, Japan versus Leonardo the Dreamer Torres of PMI Bohol Boxing Stable, fighting out of Claveria Misamis Oriental. The big question is, will that belt stay in the Philippines or will it fly to Osaka, Japan? We will find out together. Join us for Kumong Bolanon 23.
Binibin na siya, sir. Binibin na siya, sir. Pangibin.
Mamaya sa rules meeting yung trainer ng dalawa, no? Trainer ni Kami sa Forest.
And right now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the main event of Kumong Bolanon 23? I can hear you guys. Are you ready for the official weigh-in of the main event of Kumong Bolanon 23?
Let's go.
Let's go!
Let's get on. This is for the WBO Global Showdown. First to tip the scale. He's got a record of 22 wins, 6 defeats, 1 bout even, with 15 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He is the current WBO Global Flyweight Champion, but that title is not on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Tanzania, East Africa, Johanna the Computer Monchanja.
Trainer. Pwede.
Now tipping the scale is the WBO Global Flyweight Champion from Tanzania, East Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, Johanna the Computer Monchanja.
Computer. Johanna Monchanja.
And his official weight,
109.3.
109.3 pounds for Johanna the Computer Monchanja. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, he will be fighting out of the red corner tomorrow during Kumong Bolanon main event. The pride of Tapadong, Dawis Bohol. He is the current WBO Global Junior Flyweight Champion, but that title is not on the line. He is the former world title challenger, world rated, ranked number 11 in the IBF, number 9 in the WBC, and number 4 in the WBO. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing from PMI Bohol Boxing Stable, Reggie, the Filipino Fiat Sugano. And his official weight,
109.7.
109.7 pounds for Reggie, the Filipino Phenom Sugano. This is for the WBO Global Showdown. Both fighters are champions. Both fighters are world rated, so it's going to be an exciting showdown. This is the main event of Kumong Bolanon 23, ladies and gentlemen. Now our fighters will be having their face-off for the camera. because we are being covered live worldwide through PMI Bohol Boxing Stable official Facebook page. We're also being covered live through Podcast Sports.
Let's go. Wait. Post. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is for the main event of Kumong Bolanon 23. Going into this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, Johanna, the computer, Mojanja of Tanzania, East Africa, fired shots at Reggie, the Filipino Sungano, saying he will be the toughest fighter he will ever meet inside the ring. So let's get it on for the main event of Kumong Bolanon 23. All right, ladies and gentlemen, after this, we're going to be having the rules meeting.
No.
We will be having the rules, the press conference.
The wait is done.
Ano mauna? Press con, no?
Ay, wala pang media. Wala pang media. Rules meeting muna.
All right, we will start since our Cebu and Bohol media are not yet here. We will start with the rules